States, Jamie's UK pride. Together we ride that Tottenham tide. It's the Two Sides of Spurs podcast. We break it down, we talk it fast. From across the pond, we bring the flair. Spurs content, that's beyond compare. So hit that like and give us a song. Join the crew, come share the love. The Spurs chat, you can't resist. Just click subscribe, you won't wanna miss. Two sides of Spurs, we're here to stay. With Colin and Jamie, it's Spurs all day. No. Hit the like and give us a sub. Join the crew, come share the love. The Spurs chat, you can't resist. Just click subscribe, you won't wanna miss. Two sides of Spurs, we're here to stay. With Colin and Jamie, it's Spurs all day. Welcome to Two Sides of Spurs, where the passion's real and we never bore. Calling from the States, Jamie's UK pride. Together we ride that Tottenham tide. It's the Two Sides of Spurs podcast. Down, we walk across the Spurs content, as we don't compare. So hit that like and give us a song. Join the crew, come share the love. The Spurs chat, you can't resist. Just click subscribe, you won't wanna miss. Two sides of Spurs, we're here to stay. With Colin and Jamie, it's Spurs all day. No.
Intro bangs, everybody. It's Colin, aka half of Two Sides of Spurs podcast. I hope everyone is doing well. Got everything finally set up correctly. How's everybody doing? It is a wonderful Thursday, right? It's Thursday. Yeah, it's Thursday. My weekend days are not normal people weekend days, so I frequently get a little bit off when it comes to my days. And if you guys would excuse me for just 1 second, I'll hang out with y'all, of course, while I'm doing it. But I'm doing a project. It's been a busy day for me, guys. Took my medication today. If you guys don't know, I have a autoimmune disease called psoriatic arthritis. Um, and mine's pretty severe. I try really hard to hide it. But anyway, I had an injection today, and it makes me feel real dumb. I don't know, like brain fog is one of the main symptoms, I guess you could say. But yeah, it sucks. Took it today though, and I can use my fingies, and that is always a nice thing. I might have too many lights on today, which is a weird thing for me. It's usually very dark in here. But anyway, regardless, let's see what the chat's looking like. Look at this. Roundtable Talk, aka Nick, in the house, saying, "Hey, dude, Nick, what up, brother? Hope you're well, man. I wanted to check the settings. I got too excited to get the show started, and I didn't make sure that all of my audio was coming from the correct place.
It's coming from a different place, and now, what do you guys think? I think it sounds better. Let me know what y'all think. But guys, you'll notice that it is just Colin today. On Two Sides of the Spurs, Two Sides of the Spurs podcast. The two sides are the two sides of the Atlantic. I mean, it's U.S. and U.K., but the U.K. boy is not here today. I'll let everyone know in just 1 second what's going on. I'm trying to send myself something via email. She has done already. Thank you guys so much for hanging with me, especially you, Nick. I know you're a very busy man today. Yeah, everybody. Appreciate y'all. Hope everybody's doing good. Spurs lost, but it's absolutely nowhere near the end of the world. Like it couldn't be further from the end of the world that Spurs lost today. You never want to see your team lose. A winning streak is invaluable. If we had kept winning today and won at the weekend, and that would be incredible. But it wasn't to be. It wasn't to be. So yeah. Hope everybody's okay. Let's see. We'll put this up. Put the old banner up again. Thank you everybody for your support. Welcome to Two Sides of Spurs podcast. Yeah, let me make sure it's the right. Oh, look at that. It's a beautiful thing. It is a beautiful thing indeed. Yeah, look at that. Love it. But Nick, yeah, man, hope you're well. Hope you're very well. I know the Nick, aka Roundtable Talk, has got some tournaments coming up. Some soccer tournaments. We're calling them soccer. God dang it. So yeah, man. Wish Nick's churns well. I hope your kiddos do great this weekend, man. And I hope that you create, the next Tottenham player. So. Good luck to Nick's kids. Who else we got in the chat? I see another comment in here. Just want to say what's up. It's Roundtable Talk again. He says the double is still on, and then he does this face. And that's like a staple of mine. It's like the default look of me throughout life, because life is kind of. And yeah, the double is absolutely. Let me turn off a light, but the double is absolutely still on, Nick. Yes, sir. We'll see if that's any better. If I look anything, no, I look worse. God damn it. Anyway, guys, ignore the fact that I am glowing like a flashlight, and shit, there's stuff I could change, but we're live, y'all. Hold on, let's see if none looks better. Yep, I like that a lot better. So okay, hey guys, I'm back. Chris Peters is saying the quad is still on. You gotta love the optimism from us Spurs fans. I mean, we're never gonna give up. We're never gonna give up on our boys. We're never gonna give up on the team ever. Chris, I don't know about you, but I thought we were getting that draw until the very end. So much so that I put way too big a bet on a draw. Oops. But anyway, it didn't work out. That's totally fine. Look at this. Hell yeah, Chris, says Nick. Big up to you both. Yeah, Tottenham are definitely exceeding expectations. And I really say, exceeding expectations even after today's performance. We'd have to really, really screw up not to make it through to the next round of Europa. So that's wonderful. And then we're not doing terribly in the league. We're just 2 points off of Arsenal, right? Am I right or am I wrong? Willing to be either, but I'm pretty sure we are just 2 points off of Arsenal. And if that is in fact the case, what? Why the hell is anybody freaking out? I understand that sometimes things look predictable, and I understand that sometimes things look, rigid, I guess you could say. But I think the end is much less like that than y'all think. And I hope that if we finish top 4, people will give Ange his kudos and not say, "Oh, it was a fluke. It was a fluke." It's my least favorite shit to hear. Just had a presidential election here in the U.S. I know that most of my audience does not reside in the U.S., and that is totally cool. But people are being just big buttholes about everything around here recently, and I'm relying on you guys, you UK folk mostly, to not be big old buttholes. Another chat. I missed it. Sorry about this. It is SDFC Benny. I think that's a new name around here. What's up, Benny? He says they could have scored 7, but I don't care. Just needs a blitz Ipswich. 100%. You're right. Why the fuck sorry, language. I guess if you've never been here before, I probably shouldn't lead with that. But what the fuck did we have? Our goalkeeping situation. I won't say any names to not hurt any feelings, but our goalkeeping situation was atrocious today. What was up with that? Why did we go that route? Why did you should be on the show, Frazier. You shouldn't be playing for a sport professionally, Frazier. Anyway, Benny says, I still have confidence to play ball even with 10 men. Benny, my dude, I'm the same way. With 10 men, we had an impetus and attack that we didn't have before. We really stepped it up a notch. We were playing with gusto. We were playing tough. And so, yeah, I would say, with 10 men, we were, dare I say it, Benny, dare I say it, we were a more fun team to watch that entire second half. Don't tell anybody, Benny. But, yeah, no, I agree. SDFC, Benny, the newbie in here talking sense. Got to love him. Nick, Roundtable Talk says you were only as good as your record. A quote from Bill Parcells. Hell yeah. Not wrong, dude. A lot of people resting on their laurels. His positioning was really bad at times. A lot of our players' positioning was bad at times. We played a very mid game, very mid. Chris Peters says, apart from distribution, Forster's shot stopping kept us in it. Chris, I absolutely have to agree with you on that. But, and this is just a but, and I don't care. I mean, not that I don't care. I do care. What I'm saying, if you don't agree with me, that's totally fine. But I feel like Vicario would have made those saves. What do you think? Do you have like a strong opinion on it either way? Do you think that they were shots? I mean, don't get me wrong. Forster's huge. His reach is like it's like the length of this room, man. And this goes on over there. You can't see it, but it goes on. And yeah, I mean, Forster is a big old dude. But I mean, yeah, do you think Vicario would have made those saves? Do you think Vicario would have maybe made some saves that Frazier didn't make? I'm calling him Frazier. We're on a first name basis. Daniel Coy is in the house, my dude. That link to come on, yes sir. I already posted in the chat, but you must not see it, buddy. But it is right here. Do you need it on the internet? Because I can do that. No problem at all. I'm gonna put on some music. A lot of people are not music. Oh shoot! You sent me a private message telling me you're backstage. I got way into my monologue, dude. Come back to that same link, man. I got you. Says his distribution, his distro, which is a nice word, was pretty good, but he could have been better at getting in the right position. That's all I mean. Yeah, dude. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to think of a weak link from today, and don't get me wrong, man. There are plenty of options. I think a lot of people would say that it was Danny. Everybody, welcome to the floor. The weak link of today's game, Danny. Just kidding, buddy. What's up, Dan?
You can hear me, yeah? All good?
Yeah, of course. You sound great as always, guy. How are you?
Yeah, all good, mate. All good. Got work tomorrow, so back in work mode. Like I had a couple of days off, so I went back to work today. But except from that, the football, I wasn't really bothered about the results today, mate. So this ain't good to define our Europa campaign today. This result in Istanbul. We need 2 wins left out of our last 4 games. We've got Elfsborg at home, Rangers away, Roma at home, Hoffenheim away. We'll get enough points to get through still. So this was always the hardest game on paper. But if you look at it for like the thing, I will point out one thing that I'm not happy about at all. So I have to point out for Ange today. I'm not going to go micromanage the game.
Go for it. No, get him a little bit. I mean, whatever you feel, bro. You can't deny your feelings.
Yeah, I'll point out that this is like he's exposed Archie a bit today. He really has. And the reason why I'll say this is because like he put Archie today. Archie's first start at left back today for this club. He's played at right. Every start he's had today, he's been at right back, and he's put
midfield. Yeah.
Yeah,
right?
well,
he started in the midfield, I think.
I think he might have played a couple like sub. I think all of his starts have been at right back in the cup competitions. But like I was about to say, his first start today,
it's maybe been sub appearances then in the midfield.
Yeah, I think it might be like the odd little couple. Yeah, the odd little couple minutes of sub maybe might have gone as central midfield. But today he put him at left back as his first start, and he put him up against Yilmaz. Yilmaz is one of Galatasaray's best players.
Is that Björk? Is that Björk Yilmaz?
Yeah, he absolutely, yeah, it is, mate. It's Björk Yilmaz. He absolutely cooked Virgil van Dijk in the Euros when Turkey played Holland. He absolutely destroys him. No, Yilmaz, he's about 26, 27, I think. He's not really.
Wow.
He's not.
He must have broke through when he was super young. I guess he did.
He might even be. Yeah, he can play. He's versatile as well. He can play like left back, right wing. He's a very versatile player as well.
Shit, so like, Tottenham were looking at him. That's the only reason I know.
Yeah, well, yeah, but the reason why, like I'm going to say about this is like he showed against Virgil van Dijk. He's a very IQ defender, yeah. In like one-on-one situations in that Euro tournament, he had Virgil van Dijk in like on skids in that Euro game. If it weren't for like Holland coming back in the last 20 minutes and winning that match, like Yilmaz was one-on-one destroying Virgil van Dijk in that game. Van Dijk. And I was looking at this game and I was looking at this game thinking, please do not play Archie at left back. That's the one thing I was hoping he did not do. Because I was like, I'm not going to go completely on you know me, Colin. I've got I go in Lee's channel, so I've got a little bias for Archie as well. So
yeah, of course, bro. We love it.
So
you and I especially.
Yeah, I find myself defending Archie more than obviously I'm going to criticize him. But I just feel like today, like Ange put him like in like the sort of cauldron game today, up against a really, really person who was going to beat him a lot of times in one-on-one situations. Because Archie's not naturally playing on a side; he's played on a lot at all in his career. So I was a bit worried about that.
He's being forced onto his weak side, his weakest side. You know,
I'll look at the positive. I'll take a positive. I'll take a positive now from the game today. I like the reaction for them to going down to 10 men away in a place like Galatasaray as well. That was a very good reaction. That could have turned very ugly after that sending off. It could have been a 5-6-1 after that sending off because they were in total control most of the game. But like when you look at it on paper, like we went there with 4 changes to our back 5. That's 4 defenders and our goalkeeper. That's 3 of our back 4 change. That's our goalkeeper change as well. Naturally, 4 of them don't play when we play in the Premier League usually. Davis don't play. Dragerson don't play. Archie Gray don't start. And Forster don't start. That's 4 of our back 5 going away to Galatasaray.
Who are no walk in the park. People act like Galatasaray is shit, but bro, we saw them today, but you just look at the names on their team sheet, man. Like that is a fucking super.
It's a notorious tough place to go for English clubs anyway. It always has been. Even back in the day, it's always been notorious. It's always been a notorious tough place for English clubs to go. So like any Tottenham fan, they can try and like say, oh, like this is it might be a really bad defeat, but historically, this has always been a tough place for English clubs to play in away in Istanbul. So it's not a rare factor to see English clubs lose here. But it's just like I feel like Usman really schooled us a bit in this game today. Like I think like he had us like in the palm of his hand. I think he had us in the palm of his hands at times. Like I feel like he could have got 4 or 5 goals maybe today, Usman.
I feel like he kind of kicked us in the dick, right square. Yeah.
I think now he's just put himself on the map now to get the Premier League move even more now. I feel like he's definitely coming to the.
Why not? Why not a lower league club? You know, he's a great player, bro.
I think he's destined to go Chelsea. I think that's all. It's all basically in the pipeline.
I mean, that's been the story for seasons. Yeah, I mean, I believe you. It's not that I don't believe you, but I think I could easily see him pop up at like a Forest or, wouldn't that be kind of cool? Yeah, I swear.
Well, No, the reason why he's at Galatasaray basically is because, like, obviously Conte exiled him at Napoli to get Lukaku.
Yeah,
to get Lukaku, and obviously he didn't get the Chelsea move on. He didn't get the Chelsea move on deadline day. So he was left in a situation where
he had to go
he couldn't play
somewhere. He
Napoli.
needed to play football.
Yeah, and the Turkish deadline was open another 2 weeks after the British deadline shut. So he couldn't get the Saudi. He couldn't get the Saudi. He didn't get the Saudi Arabian move because that window shut earlier. So the only move left was Galatasaray move. And apparently, he's got a clause in his contract where he's allowed to leave for an English club in January.
Okay.
There's a clause. Yeah, so if an English club comes in for him in January, he can terminate his loan at Galatasaray. So
I had no idea.
Yeah, I feel like at times in that game, I feel like he had like us in the palm of his hands. But
He's a great striker. They were asking for over $100 million for him, bro. So I mean, like, of course, he's not a shit player.
Yeah, I feel Bentancur really impressed me when he come on, though. Bentancur really impressed me when he come on.
Yeah, for sure.
I was really impressed with Bentancur today when he come on. Like, he's calmless. He's calmless on the ball as well.
But he was also skilled. He was also hard on the ball. Like, he went into tackles smartly. He won the tackles that he went into, and he was just tough in the tackle. I don't know. Him and Basuma, like you were saying, I cut you off. Sorry, but him and Basuma together were great, man.
I thought Basuma was really good today as well. When I feel like he was much more better with protecting the ball today than he usually is compared to times. Because like usually he seems to like take too many touches, but I feel like today he was a bit more better with protecting the ball. But I feel like this game was like when you look at the defense and the goalkeeper, I feel like this game was only really destined to go one way, man. So I half expected this sort of result today before the game started. So like this isn't a shock. This isn't a shocker for me. I'm a bit disappointed with the first half performance, though. The first half performance,
you were the ones. Sorry, you were the ones that understand the new format of the tournament better than myself. And on the show, you're always like, man, we're 80% through. We're good. Like, we can afford a loss. Like, we're good. A loss away from home is no big deal. Yeah.
You'd rather get it done. You'd rather get it done earlier than possible. But when you look at it, we've still got Elfsborg at home. No disrespect to them, they're not exactly one of the best teams in this competition. They're like, so that we should be beating them at home. Glasgow Rangers. I've got a soft spot for Rangers. They're my second team, yeah. But Tottenham are going to spank Glasgow Rangers, yeah. So that's 15 points.
We had better.
Yeah, no disrespect to Roma at the moment, but Roma are an absolute mess. They're not about to sack their second manager already in the space of like 4 or 5 months. So, and it's like, we're potentially to still get 3 wins out of these last 4 games. Hoffenheim away might be a bit of a dodgy game, but I don't see us in a really troubling position in the Europa League. We're still in a massively strong position to get through one of the top 8 clubs. So this ain't panic stations or anything like that.
Hey guys, everybody! I just wanted to say hey to Adrian from Tottenham Till I Die. So Spurs diehards, Tottenham Till I Die. I apologize. I said your name incorrectly. But Adrian, my guy, how are you, sir?
I'm fine. I think Dan's picked me on the prediction show. I think he's zoomed
oh shit!
Yeah,
you gotta watch out, Dan. Dan's
I got
good.
4 points. He smashed it last week. So well done to Dan. You know, it's fun.
Big up, Adrian. Big up.
I was getting nosebleeds at the top for about 2 or 3 weeks. I think I was at top. I mean, I
have to enjoy it for like a week or 2 before I go back down again, man.
Oh, there's a lot gunning for you down below. It's very close.
Yeah, I know,
man.
I thought myself, but yeah, the big up. What do you think about the game today, mate? Anyway.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I mean, we were no ball retention first half, no bite in the tackle, sloppy passes. Even the simple passes were sloppy. And the pity of it is we showed what we did in the second half, like, because we know we're a fit team, even with 10 men. With 10 men, we look better.
We did. How crazy is that? But anyway,
our fitness began to tell, and they began to tire. And the key point was, if we'd have been more composed on the ball earlier on, we'd have given them the run around and tired them out earlier. That game was winnable. I know it's a hard place to go. I mean, look, we'd have a totally different perspective if that was us being knocked out the Carabao Cup or we'd lost a league game. It would be ballistic, wouldn't it? Everyone would be going ballistic, including, and I'd be angry because I don't like league losses and I don't like to go out of cup. So I'm always annoyed when that actually happens. But too many off point. I like Bergvall. He was poor today. I thought
Yeah, he
Basuma,
was.
Basuma looked better when we had the sending off as well. I mean, like he sort of seemed to come alive. Bentancur was good.
He did, yeah.
You know?
I think the Bergville. I don't know. Do you not think that it's maybe a bit of like the whole team is playing shit, and so it's like everything goes to the midfield. Was he
But
really
this
that
is
bad?
the
I
opportunity
guess
to
is
stand up
my
and be
question.
counted. I mean, he had
Yeah.
18 years
sorry.
old, you know.
he had
Yeah,
Basuma with him,
I
didn't he? You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do understand the age. I do understand the age thing, Colin. But today he was making like simple errors. Like there was sometimes where he was taking like a simple touch, and I think he was taking out a touch, and like he was like losing the ball like easy into possession. Like he's going to learn from this sort of experience today. Yeah. But he had like one of them like 5 out of 10.
And I'm not.
He had
You
like
know,
one of them. Yeah, he had like one of them 5 out of 10 performances today. Like
and
well,
I'm
yeah.
not.
It weren't like.
I'm not, yeah,
Sorry.
I'm not knocking the lineup in hindsight. That's the easiest thing to do. That was a decent team. We know if that same 11 played again, they would play much better. It's just, I mean, like, it wasn't even so much that they pressed us. It's just that they tack. They don't press like we do, just that they attacked us. They managed to play through us. And it was like, when we had...
So easy.
Yeah, no, it really was. It was shocking how easy it was to play through.
Different when you lose the ball and attack, but when you've got the ball
Crazy,
and you've got an easy pass and you're sloppy on the day, you're going to pay for it. You know, we could have conceded another couple before half time. We ended up with a respectable scoreline, actually. Not that I think 8 games in the Europa League are going to go to goal difference, but it probably make a difference where we finish in the table. You know, but we will finish up there near the top of the 8 anyway. But it's just like it was an away game, and like, you know, and I think second half Ange did have faults on Ipswich on his mind. He'll say no because I have one game at a time, mate. But he will, you know. That's why something off
for sure, mate.
You know, and we did have a couple of chances when we were forward. If the touch had just been there, we had a few chances.
I'm literally embarrassed to tell you guys how big of a bet I put on us to tie today. I did it at halftime because the odds were insane, and I knew Spurs had 2 goals in them. I was like, we could definitely do it. And I put, so I only gamble small amounts, right? And then if I win, I never cash out. I'm going for like $1 million, you know, whatever. Anyway, I put $90 for like 1,000 back if we would have tied. But
you got to be in it to win it, Colin, mate. I gamble like that as well, mate. So you only. Yeah, the only way to win
came from $10, you know.
The thing is, under handball, when it isn't going well, even at 3-1 down, you don't believe you're beaten, do you? You still think you might get a draw or even a win out of this game. It's affected the fans' mentality that way. I mean, the amount of games. I mean, we've won
last season
9 times from losing positions, right? 9
last season, so many games we would get scored on first. They'd score the complimentary first goal, and then we would go to town. And
most of the times we've come back, it's been in the last 20 minutes of a game when our fitness is told, and we've kept going. Like Anne says, we never stop. So I'm loving the football. For the neutral, that was a very exciting game to watch today, wasn't it? It was. I mean, like, we're on the receiving end. We're not on the floor or nothing like that. You can be disappointed with us. I'm not even sure I'm that disappointed, to be honest. Yeah, Burvell was poor, and we've seen it in the season that there's a player in there though. But I mean,
he's 18. Shit, you know, like I think he's allowed a couple poor matches. But hey, and also a question from Nick around Table Talk. He says, "Do you think Davies would have been better in the 1v1?"
No,
he would have still got cooked by Yilmaz as well. Yilmaz would have still cooked him as well.
Even with his experience and his positioning, that's all he's got, in my opinion, over, you know, what would be his positioning and his experience. But even with that, I agree with you guys.
I don't want to be too. Damn, I'll ask you, hindsight critic. I mean, like, I just felt after the game, and this is being a hindsight critic because I wasn't unhappy with the team, but Ange would have learnt by that midfield, and I think it should have been more of two holding midfield players. If Bergval's in there, then Maddison sits on the bench. You know, but that's clever. I mean, it's clever to say that afterwards. If we'd have gone and won the game, you know, it's different. So, I mean, you have to temper your hindsight criticism, really. You know? But look,
it's away from.
Yeah,
I know it's away, it's away from home, and that's it's a bit hard sometimes to get control of midfield. But he should have given like that. We were too easy to run through at times, especially in that midfield, man. But it was so easy for them to get through, to bypass our midfield at times. Just get to it. It was so easy for them. That's why they went with Ricardi and Usman both up front together, yeah. Because I think they realised there was an opportunity to bypass our midfield so easy at times and get to Usman and Ricardi and get Usman and Ricardi isolated in one-on-one situations against David and Dragon. Yeah, that's what they've done. They managed to get themselves isolated, both of them, Ricardi and Usman, yeah, against David and Dragon quite a lot of times as well. I noticed that as well, which is something that I feel played a part into why they dominated us quite a lot in this game.
In my evening, Ryan G, mate. In my team selection, I went Bentancur, Sarr, Bergval. I did put Bick because I thought, when are you going to play Bergval? When are you going to play him? If you got to play him in these sort of games, right? But Bentancur, Sarr, and Bergval, I went. I thought Decky get a rest, but he'd be on the bench if he's needed, you know. And I would have started. He started with Basuma, didn't he? And
yeah, I would have started.
Basuma got better as the game went on, to be honest. But
he did absolutely. That's much better than first, in my opinion.
I would have started Sarr in this game.
Yeah.
I would have, because I feel like he's been one of our more better midfielders the last 4 or 5 games as well. And he's starting to become a midfielder now. He's starting to take
become a veteran almost. He's almost becoming a veteran.
He likes to become one of our step up players now. He seems to like to step up a lot for us recently, yeah. And I looked at Sarr, he's not someone that likes to shy away recently in a lot of these games where we're needing to step up, and he's been one of these players in recent weeks, yeah. And I feel like he might have been a good player for this sort of game today. As well, I feel like Bergval was not the right choice for away in Galatasaray, man. No disrespect to the young kid, yeah, but this is a learning curve for him definitely today. But I feel like this is where not hyping up Bergval too much, but this is where people have to be a bit steady. About a couple months ago, I heard there was people in the chat here, not this chat here, but other chats here, other Spurs chats, wanting him to start the North London derby.
Right.
Yeah. And I was like, this is too soon, man. Barely anyone's ever seen him play like proper high level competitive games, yeah. And you're talking about playing in North London derby and like a high intensity North London derby from the start. Yeah, I understand giving him 10 or 15 minutes, but today you're sort of seeing, yeah, that he still needs to learn a lot. Obviously, he's young. I understand that, yeah. But today's going to be,
Postecoglou gave Brennan Johnson his debut away to Arsenal 2-2, and we should have won that game, but he still gave him his debut. So he's not frightened to throw the kids in. You'd never get a Conte or a Mourinho do that. They would never do that. So at least he tries. And he's experimented with his midfield three. In the pre-season, I noticed that, like the first 10 games of last season when we were flying, it was Sarr, Basuma and Maddison that played them 10 games. And in the couple of the pre-season games, I keep my eye on it because I think, who are you going to start with when the season starts? A couple of pre-season games, he went Sarr, Basuma and Maddison. This is before Decky stepped up and, you know, forced himself into the midfield, which looks like it's going to be his niche now, his niche position. But if you've got, from doing a whole bet called a Heinz bet, when it's do 6 or for fun at 5p a pop, like if you've got 6, you've got 30 combinations, 30 trebles. So with only 6 midfielders, Andrew's got 30 combinations of a different midfield three he could probably try, I think. So it might be less. So with 7 with Decky, it's even more. It's going to be interesting in January because, like, we know we're after a left back. We know we're probably after a left centre back. If one of the young centre backs, if Dorrington, Vuskovic, who's playing out of his skin, and Ashley Phillips, who's playing well at Stoke, doesn't get called. That's depending on how the loan deals are arranged. So they're arranged for a season, and we don't get them. But I think Vuskovic is old enough. He's 18 by the time he comes to Spurs. Spurs in January.
Yeah. No, he absolutely will be. Yeah.
We've got to get another left back in. This is Davis's last season, so we know there's
Man,
holes.
we've been saying that about Davis for 2 or 3
We can
seasons.
cope with the midfield, but you're looking at Basuma has got to show his class. We know he's got class, right? He's got to do what he can do at his best consistently. Because if we're bringing in midfielders in, if Johnny Cardoso comes in, we're looking at that Ryan Diaz, and we're looking at another midfielder as well. Apparently, I caught the press already. I'm already pissed off with the rumours, right? But if we are, well, they ain't going to be able to keep all these midfielders. And I think Sarr stays, and I think Basuma's the one who's probably most under threat. It may even be Basuma and Benicor that are under threat. If Madison, you do need a Madison type player, but the thing with the ball playing number 10s, how many of them do you actually have that's consistent throughout a season? They don't show the same consistency as a dynamic, energetic midfielder. They don't, so.
Yeah. I mean, a player like, I know Mahrez is kind of 1 in a million. Not really. I mean, like, you want a player like that, or even an Eriksson, like a player that can contribute in the build-up play and the creation of things, but also finish a ball off and make an intelligent run and score a goal. And you know what I mean? It just seems like, I agree. James Maddison seems a bit one-dimensional right now. So, Ryan G says he felt sorry for Gray playing at left back up against a winger like Yilmaz. We talked about this before we jumped in, Adrian. But what do you think about that?
I thought Gray was okay. I think Gray's shown that he's all right at this level. He's done it at Man City, and that cross to Johnson for the ball to Lancashire for the goal. I mean, that shows. See, he's not just a tank fullback that just defends for his life. Tackles, heads the ball, puts the ball at a touch or whatever, shows he's got vision. He has got good vision, Gray, to pick a pass. Yeah. And he does tend to want to drift a little bit from there into midfield as well, when he's even though he was on the left. But that was a lovely cross. Yeah. And Johnson, actually, the ball through, the way he took it to put Lancashire in, that was good as well. I've warmed to Johnson. He's got a lot more to him. His technique and the goals he scored, the way he finished them with composure. I thought, there you have got something that I've missed before. So absolutely. Worst performance since Coventry tonight, says the Sheriff. Holy smokes, he's not holding anything back. Would you agree with that, Dan?
Well, it weren't great, was it? If you look at how many shots they had, if you look through the squad, like we had what? I told you, like the start, Forster don't start for us any other week other than like maybe in the cup every now and then. I was a bit shocked to actually see him start tonight. I thought he might have gone Vicario still.
I wish we had gone Vicario. Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm not really a fan of having to rest goalkeepers. You know what I mean? I know people say, "Oh, like it's good to give goalkeepers minutes."
There's no reason. Consistency. Consistency.
Yeah, I understand. I'd rather see my goalkeeper play as many games as possible, especially when my first choice goalkeeper is massively clear of my second choice goalkeeper. But Vicario is still making mistakes himself. Like, he's looking a bit vulnerable at times, but he's clearly ahead of Forster. That automatically made him vulnerable this game straight away. No disrespect to him, but then you go obviously. You look at like left back, like Gray's playing there. His first start at Spurs at left back. Yeah, he's played at right back started, but that's his first start at left back. Then you got Ben Davis, who's not our first choice left-sided centre back. Then you got Dragusin, who's not our first choice sided right centre back. So that's what. And then you got the only one who's playing, probably starting against Ipswich. Like if say all our defenders were fit. The only one who would be playing out them players I just said then would be Porro. The other four wouldn't be playing at the weekend against Ipswich. Then you go in the midfield. You go in the midfield. Bergwijn ain't starting. That's five of the players, yeah. And then you go in there. Who else started in midfield? It was Basuma. Basuma and Maddison.
Correct. That is correct.
Yeah. So
there were 7 changes from the team.
Yeah. And then you go Lancashire as well, yeah. So basically, only 4 of them players, yeah, are proper guaranteed to be our starting 11 in the Premier League. You're going away to Istanbul, away to Galatasaray, yeah, against Mariko Icardi, yeah, and Victor Usman, yeah. two strikers who are 20 plus bagsmen, yeah, consistently throughout their whole career. These are two quality strikers. Icardi might be coming towards the end of his career, like towards the latter part of his career now. But he's still banged in 20 plus goals in Turkey every year he's been there. Icardi, yeah. Usman, yeah,
Sure.
is one of the top 5. Usman's one of the top 5 strikers in world football. Yeah.
I didn't think Icardi was that great today, though. I thought Osman was man of the match, but Icardi, I didn't think
he wasn't that great, but he caused us a different sort of problem. Usman,
he was 37. He wasn't all that easy.
Usman had us in the palm. Yeah, he had us in the palm of his hands at times today, man. So I feel like he could have got potentially 3, 4, 5 goals. Like, I'm surprised he missed that header because he's so good in the air as well. So when he got like that free header from about, say, 8 or 9 yards out, and he only had to force it to beat, I'm surprised he ended up over the bar. Well, that was going to be his hat-trick because he's so good in the air usually. That's one of his strong points in his game.
Dragonson's error, and then Dragonson makes an error, and then when that ball come in, that deep strike came in, he flicked it away with his head for the corner. It looks like it's going straight in the net. You know what I mean? And like, so he was hit and miss as well, Dragonson. But I didn't think Davis was that bad. Davis is just Davis, you know.
Yeah, he's just himself. He's not a bad player or a great player, or you know, he's somewhere in between. But we're thankful to have him, right?
I thought Gray wasn't too bad, but it was again when we're passive, when we lose the midfield battle, we look like we're going to crumble. It could have been much worse. We didn't crumble like we did against Brighton's second half or against Coventry away. Well, Coventry away, we never really got into it. We never got into it, you know. So, but we got the win there, didn't we? We stole a win. But yeah, other than that, Lancashire, that goal would have done him the world of good to get a first-class goal.
Oh man, I was literally
That would
agreed.
have done him the world of
Agree.
good. Yeah. And Porro again, you know, he cuts the ball back. He hit it hard, but Solanke back flick into the net for 3-2, and that rattled them. That rattled them.
Man, yeah, they were there for the taking. I mean, that draw was absolutely.
But they deserve to win. Don't get me wrong. I'm not making no excuses. I won't defend the indefensible.
Fuck them, Adrian. They did not deserve to win.
So sorry, I've just got to say one thing. So the one thing I don't get here, like, if we're going to keep doing this as like Spurs fans every time, like in match day 4, like the Europa League away in Galatasaray, yeah, it's like micromanaging like every single minute of the game, and like every single, like, no disrespect here, we're still in a very strong position in this Europa League. We'll be looking at probably potentially at match day 4 after match day 6, still potentially through this Europa League. I feel like there's potential more. Like, if you go look at the Ipswich game, on Sunday, and like there's there's not a good start to the first half or something like that, and you start seeing a worrying performance against Ipswich, then I'll start seeing a bit more alarm bells, you know what I mean? But we're in Galatasaray, yeah? The performance weren't great, don't get me wrong. Galatasaray had a lot of shots. They could have battered us today, yeah? I'll keep it real, yeah? If they had their finishing boots on, that could have been an embarrassing score today, yeah? But it's an experience for them to learn from as well, yeah? I'm going to be more worried about the away form we go away to Man City in a few weeks' time after the international break. I want to see our Premier League away form pick up, yeah? No disrespect here. The Europa League game, match day 4, away in Istanbul, yeah? A game that we've never played in our history, yeah? It's not going to be the game I'm going to define Ange on. I'm going to start defining Ange, yeah, on trying to address his away form in the Premier League, yeah? And keeping us potentially, yeah, trying to start getting momentum back up in the league. At the end of the day, yeah, we're still only potentially now 3 or 4 points off the top 4, 3 or 4 points off the top 3. But this league's still tight, yeah. It potentially takes 1 or 2 wins, yeah, and you're now in a very strong position from a couple of weeks ago when we was in a very bad position, yeah. This league's still very tight, so it can go one way or the other. Wild
how much it could change. Exactly.
I don't see alarm bells, yeah, to potentially, yeah, from lose. Obviously, the score, obviously the performance ain't great away in Istanbul, yeah, but I don't see alarm bells from losing today in Istanbul. It's my game where I start going massively. I'm just clueless again and all this sort of stuff, yeah? If we play Ipswich on Sunday, yeah, and the performance is not good, and he gets outsmarted by the Ipswich manager, and they get our first win at our ground, yeah, I might start saying what the hell, yeah, but I'm not going to start saying what the hell after today. It's match day 4 in like the Europa League. There's still another 4 games left in this group. We need 2 more wins from 4 matches to get through. Like,
Yeah,
it's going to be very hard for any team to get 8 wins out of 8 in this thing anyway. And this was always our hardest game on paper when you looked at it when the draw was out. If anyone tells you any different, the people weren't worried about this game, they're lying, man. This is Wayne Galatasaray. Galatasaray beat Man United in the Champions League last year, yeah, at Old Trafford, yeah, and drawn them in Istanbul. They're no mugs, man.
Yeah. I don't know.
well,
anyone that thought they were mugs,
switch, won't we? You're not going to have. I mean, Vicario will come back. I mean, obviously, your doggy be back. It's got to be.
What? I mean, why didn't Vicario play? Do you think there's something maybe in the contract for Forster that says he has to play cup games?
No,
I don't know.
No,
I don't think he's a better choice over Brandon Austin. Obviously, I'm not a manager. I'm not a professional anything really, but I would think that I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think Forster? He had one absolutely amazing save today. I'll give him that. But what do you guys think about Forster's performance, and would you play him in future cup games? No.
He played right today, but I don't want to see him play in future cup games. The other day, I want to start seeing us potentially take like the League Cup seriously and potentially win it. I don't want to see him play the rest of the League Cup, and I also want to see us get through this Europa League as quick as possible as well. So I don't want to see him play any part in the rest of the Europa League either. You can play a part when we get the last 2 wins to get through, but these are the 2 competitions I see a real chance of us potentially winning one of these competitions. So these are the 2 competitions.
He's not playing against Man United on the 19th of December in the quarterfinal of the Carabao Cup. He's not playing then, right? The only way he gets to play in Europe again is if we've already clinched a place in the top 8, right?
Did you say the 19th of December? Is that what you said?
Dead rubbers. Ben Ange has got room to experiment, And the only chance he gets to play again is if it's in the FA Cup and we draw some non-league side or some real low league side and Andy's to rotate. But we have to see how we go with injuries and suspensions as well. So
it's just funny. You mentioned my birthday, the 19th of December. So
yeah, that's the Man United game. We're playing them.
That's my birthday. Cool.
6 days before Christmas.
Yeah, man. I'm a Christmas baby.
6 days Christmas. That'd be sick when you was a kid, man. Getting Christmas for like birthday presents and then Christmas presents 6 days later.
Some people sometimes you only get one though, and they're like, "Oh, what's both? This is for your birthday and Christmas," and you're like, "What the hell? This is a rip off." But no, it was good. It was good, man.
What did you think of the referee, Dan? Some of them free kicks.
Oh, the ref! I feel like he definitely gave a lot of the cheap fouls to Galatasaray today, man.
Definitely a homer.
Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna lie. Well, I think some of the fouls that we done today, like some of the tackles we done today, weren't really great there as well. I think one of the tackles Torre done as well. Like some of them were just like late, just like frustrated late tackles. Where I just feel like it just felt like a frustrated day. It felt like a frustrated day today, man. Even like we got the 2 goals, like I just feel like it was a bit of a frustrated day today because it felt like from like as soon as like the tempo got set early, it just felt like they were in control from like the first 5 minutes, and I just felt like I knew what was going to happen today, man. I knew we was going to lose this match. Like this one, like
would you have put money on us?
What did you think of the shoulder charge on Decky? Because I thought it was a bit behind Decky for a shoulder charge, which would have made it a foul and a penalty in one way. You remember the shoulder charge when Decky went down?
Yeah.
I went for a pin. I must have missed that. I must have missed it. I went to the toilet, so I must have missed that. When did that happen? What minute was that? Must be towards the end.
Late 60s, early 70s, right?
No, I didn't see that bit, but I can't remember.
Yeah, I mean, there were plenty of challenges that match that I thought were, at least yellow card worthy when the players received nothing. But yeah, I mean, Adrian's right. This one occurred in the penalty box.
That's my first goal was good.
No, I mean they're a good team. You can't deny it.
Their first goal was good. Their first goal, that guy hit that pretty sweet, man. That volley.
Yeah.
their first goal. And then I
Well,
think
Hez makes a point here. But I think Maddison, I think he'd be on the bench against Ipswich Sunday rather. I'm going, right? But I mean, because I think that's why he played today. Show us something. And to be honest, Maddison didn't show anything today to me.
Right.
So he kept losing the ball, getting in possession, couldn't find a man and all that. And he's the one with the vision. Don't get me wrong. He's a really good player, but he's not in.
Yeah.
He was okay against Villa and that, you know, but he's not in top form like we see in the first 10 games of last season. I mean,
were those games an anomaly? Is that his level? I mean,
no,
it's hard to know.
No, I just think it's a form thing. If you've got the talent, you've got the talent. You can use it against any team. But you know, I just think like you see, didn't you? Like, you know, Bentancur came on the second half. Why? He's being rested. So Bentancur plays Sunday. Basuma did play well to guard, but Sarr come on late. So Sarr's playing Sunday as far as I'm concerned. Sarr and Bentancur are playing with Kulu in midfield Sunday. That's the way I read it.
That sounds great to me.
Thinking. I mean, I could be wrong. You know, my team selection was wrong today because I didn't pick Forster in goal. I gone Vicario. I didn't pick Porro. I picked Udogie to play instead of Porro. And as Udogie's left-sided, that is something I do question. I think, well, Gray's not. You know, everybody says he ain't a right back or a left back or whatever. He can do a job, though. It might not be his best position we're going to see him in eventually, whether it is in centre midfield or as a 6. But he did okay. But to me, that tells me like Bentancur and Sarr starting probably with Decky.
Yeah.
You know, and if Johnson, Solanke and Son are the other 3 up front, unless, I mean...
Son was poor, man. Son was awful tonight.
He was. He wasn't great.
I'm a big defender of Son, yeah, but Son was awful, mate. He's one of our senior players, like away in Istanbul tonight, yeah. And he was awful, mate. There was a chance here where he was like a 2-on-1, yeah. And he had the ball coming to him, and he overtouched the ball, like he could have slotted it to the other guy on the side, but he's our senior player there, yeah. And he sort of like went missing in that game, man. I'm not
Hold on, real quick. I just want to say David Clark says, no, you're cool. I just found this comment from David Clark. Big up David Clark. It says, Galatasaray are the top scorers in the Euro Conference this season. Why the hell are you talking about a goalkeeper who saved us from a hammering? Sorry, but it says more about you than him. I just wanted to say, I'm trying really hard not to be rude. David, what's up, dude? Do you really, I mean, do you think...
Do you think? I'll ask maybe the question there. Yeah? Do you think if we play Fraser Forster the rest of this Europa League, we win the tournament?
Fuck no. Sorry about my language, but absolutely.
Exactly. So I look at the Europa League as a competition we haven't won since 1984, yeah, and I want to win this competition, yeah. It's a competition I've never seen like win in my lifetime, yeah. This goalkeeper, yeah, is a right for a number 2, yeah. So like, yeah, he's supposed to do his job, which is supposed to stop shots going in the back of the net, yeah. I would expect a senior goalkeeper who's been around the block for about 15, 20 years. Yeah? One time in his life, yeah, single-handedly stopped Barcelona from spanking Celtic about 9-1 in the Nou Camp, yeah? So, like, he can have his good days, yeah? If we want to be serious and start winning cup competitions, yeah, Fraser Forster, yeah, cannot be our number 1 goalkeeper going further in, as we go further into this competition. That's what I'm saying. I'm not criticising his performance today. I'm just saying I don't want to see him as like my future goalkeeper going into like massive games in cup competitions. That's all I'm saying.
Could not have said it better myself.
That save with his legs, that volley that went at him like an Exocet missile when a guy hit it off the ground, and he palmed that away. Man, like he made some good saves.
Yeah, he did make some decent saves.
He's a good goalkeeper, but like, is he a top goalkeeper? Is the question.
But also, he also had like a cross come out as well, and he also nearly dropped it in front of their players, and he also nearly had like a scramble on a box. Do people remember that as well?
Yeah.
Do people like to remember the good points? Let's also remember the bad points as well. Yeah. He did also cost us the goal. Yeah. By a stupid bloody goalkeeper howler. Yeah. So people will just want to remember the good points and just go blinded by the bad points. Yeah. Yeah. He's a goalkeeper. Yeah. That was a simple bloody catch.
Yeah, I just think, I mean, it's easy to be a hindsight critic. To play Bergvall, Maddison in the midfield to put the pair of them, you know, when you could have put Sarr in or Basuma in there with them, you know, to have more of a two holding players. But I mean, normally Bergvall's got a bit more about him, and he's 6'2". He can look after himself physically. He was just off it. He was just off it. So I didn't criticise that team when it was selected. I thought I would have gone with Vicari in goal, and I would have started Udogie, but my team was different. I didn't even have Lancashire in my team. I had Solanke start. I had Simon start with Johnson. I had the usual front three. I thought, go get something out.
Not a bad idea.
Because you can play a strong 11 or what you may consider to be one of your strongest 11s if you think that by half time you've got hold on the game, you're winning the game, you can substitute people and do it the other way around rather than substitute when things go wrong.
You should be talking about a player who hundreds of Spurs fans screamed why he wasn't starting. That's Dragic. From his performance today, I know why, even if you don't.
Yeah, he's been hit and miss. I'll judge Dragic at the end of the season. I've seen good things from him, and I've seen him make mistakes. He's got sent off. I've questioned
David Clark.
The
link to join the show. Yeah. The link to join the show is in the chat. If you want to come and have your say, you're pretty feisty in the comments today, which I like. I enjoy feistiness. But if you want to come be feisty to us face to face, there is the link to do so.
Away to Newcastle, we played everyone on side for the second goal.
Yeah,
many Euros he played well, but then like one goal he got caught out. He thought the ball was going over the goal line. Decided the goalkeeper, they played it back and they scored against him. So I've seen him look good, very good in the air, quick on the ball. He has got a pass on him and all that as well. You know, he's not just a donkey back four player, but 22 guys. He's 22. You know,
right? And we know that as a rule, defensive players seem to mature later or like refine their game a little later than attacking players. So I agree.
And this is also like his only third consecutive start for Spurs. Was it 12 months since he's been here as well? People also need to remember that as well. Yeah, it's a bit hard to get consistency as a central defender when you're barely getting games as well. Yeah, so he might have had an off day as well. Yeah, but sometimes it's hard to get consistency as a defender when you're barely getting minutes. But he's just glad to be getting starts at the moment. They're barely even getting played.
Oh,
so
dude,
trust me, people are quick to criticise players, man. Like the guy's barely had how many starts has he had at Tottenham since he's been here? Not even got 7 or 8. Barely, man.
I was going to say 6.
Barely 6. Yeah, and he's probably this is his most consecutive starts he's had at the football club, yeah? And he's had 2 relatively decent games before this game, yeah? He done all right against Man City, yeah? And he done really well at the weekend as well. As soon as he has half a shocker, a real bad shock here, he'll just go straight in on him, man. He's got his third consecutive game since he's been in his club. When did he sign for the club? Was it last January?
Yeah. Correct.
So what, in the space of 10 months, he's had what? 3 consecutive starts, yeah? In 10 months. That's his longest period having consecutive starts, yeah? And people expect him to play blinders every single match. Come on, man. People need to be
turn down Bayern to come here.
Yeah. People need to be realistic as well, man. Trust. People need to be real about it. Trust me, how come any sort of player get consistency, yeah? As a professional, any sort of level one athlete, yeah? When they're barely getting any minutes as a player here as well, yeah? You expect him to just play blind with 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10s every single match. It's very rare, man.
Right. Yeah.
As a centre back, especially as a centre back as well.
I agree with Chris Peters. I thought Lancashire was fouled before the sending off when he tried to recover the ball.
So I'll let you guys know the secret. I was watching a stream. It wasn't a very reliable one. You guys know what I mean without me saying it. And it took me a second, and I did not see that goal. Or not the goal, but sorry, the red card. So Adrian, fill me in. What happened? So Lancashire, what happened?
Lancashire was forward. He looked like he was sort of half in control of the ball, and he sort of turned. And a player it's one of them when they're grabbing and all over you, and he's gone down. Mm-hmm. I mean, in most cases, a free kick would have been given. But I suppose
Right.
the refs give it as 6 of one and half a dozen the other. Well, I haven't got the referee's line of sight. I'm watching on the screen. I thought it was a foul, right? I thought there was a few fouls we should have had during that game that we didn't get, and they went the other way or they played on. But
Interesting. Yeah, I wasn't sure. So when I saw the fact that there was a red card, my mind was like, "Oh, Dragic got sent off again." Yeah, you know. But then I quickly saw him on the pitch, noticed that wasn't the case. So that's a good thing. But no, yeah, that's a bummer. So he got sent off for simulation.
But then later on, the referee again, I thought Porro clumped someone from behind.
Yeah.
You see it so much in the Premier League when tackles from behind don't go punished, right?
Yeah. As long as you mostly get the ball, you're good.
I thought, oh, you were lucky not to get one there, right? And I can't fault Porro's fight. He always gives his all.
Porro is kind of my hero. He along with Sar are the only two players on our team that'll take a long shot, that'll take an effort from range. And it goes a long way for us. I mean, it really helps us out. So, yeah, I absolutely agree. But yeah, 1 second here. Sorry, I gotta reset my stream for Instagram. 1 second, guys. But yo, Dan, I wanted to ask you. So, who was your man of the match tonight?
Apart from Ozzy.
Right, of course.
Yeah, it was easy Osman for them as the man of the match, probably. I'm trying to think for us. Like, the cameo performance from Bentancur impressed me, I'm not going to lie. Because it was that bad, the performance. It was that bad, the performance was that bad. It was that no control of it, like, at all before, like, Bentancur. Come on, I'd probably give it to Bentancur, mate.
He did look super solid when he was there. So yeah.
Yeah, he wasn't even on the pitch for like relatively massively along that amount of time. But in that amount of time, I'd probably say he was our best player during the whole 90 minutes. Or people might even say I might slag me off, or we might even give it to Forster for stopping it from being a cricket score. Right, giving it to
my brother in Christ.
Bentancur
for like maybe. Yeah, Bentancur maybe Basuma as well, or maybe you're giving it to Forster for stopping it from being a cricket score. It's up to you, but I would personally give it to Bentancur.
I think that okay. So I'm kind of backtracking, but I think that Vicario would have made the saves that Forster made tonight. So you know what I mean.
I don't know if he'd reached the goal because
I do get what you're saying. Forster's a big man. I mean?
Although you could say maybe his feet could have been better and he could have stepped over and maybe got to the ball. But that's
sprung over a bit faster.
It was still a good goal. If we'd have scored that goal, we'd been raving about it, right? So now we're looking to see whether the goalkeeper could have moved a couple of feet to one side and got it.
Why the hell were your feet where they were? Forster, yeah, you're a disgrace.
When they done that short, when they done that short,
Mario's shorter, he would never have reached it.
So I'm really, really sad and bad on my timing, but Camelia, I apologize, who is the winner of our giveaway that we had on our channel recently. She said very well said to one of us, but I don't know who it was to. Camelia, let us know who it was to.
Yeah, I don't know who it was.
Probably to yourself, sir. Quez says, "Hey y'all." Quez is playing to my Americanness, and I appreciate that. Just a harmless potato. Wait, you do talk sense? Is that what you said?
I do talk sense, so maybe it was me now. Joking.
No, stop it. Don't get full of yourself. I'm just kidding. I love you, buddy. We got Chris Peters in the house, Quez, of course. Everyone's saying hey to each other. Love it. Simply Ace says, I think Ipswich. Holy shit. Ace, what the hell is man? Are you all right? I think Ipswich will get a result against us if we play like this against them. Well,
listen, anyone will get a result against us if we play like that.
It won't be this team that plays them, Mr. Ace. I promise you that. It'll be the starting 11 will absolutely. I mean, it'll resemble that in ways, but it's that won't be the starting 11 versus Ipswich.
I'd be a bit worried. I'd be a bit worried if teams are having like nearly 30 shots against us every game. I'd be like, this is going to be peak, mate. this is going to start looking like a peak football league season. Yeah,
It
teams
makes-
start having 30 shots in every match. Yeah, because
It
we're not
makes
going to go
any
up against
look
wasteful.
good at that point.
We're not going to go up against wasteful football teams every week. Yeah, and eventually we'll be on some like very bad end of some cricket scores. Yeah, if we start giving away that amount of
Shit,
shots
we
every match.
play City just after the international break, man. If it was like that against City, holy smokes. Yeah, for sure. So
we obviously, I know we could be open. I know we can be open at times, yeah, but we were extremely open at times today. So that's definitely like something that's definitely something you can look at. Like, but like you say, it's probably to do with the balance of the midfield was a bit iffy as well, and there was a lot of changes in defence, so that did play a part as well.
It was because we gave the ball away too easy, and it was lack of ball retention as well. If we just
it was, mate. It was so sloppy on the ball, man.
It was Kenny Kickabout the whole entire first half.
They were tired on the hour mark. We had loads of running left. That's why we grew. That's why we got back into the game in 10 men. So you could see they were tired.
I noticed that. Yeah.
Even when they made their substitutions, they didn't improve. They didn't improve with their substitutions, did they?
Dom's goal. Chris Peters says that goal from Dom, though. Hell yeah, that was a wonderful goal.
Yeah, nice to see.
You can notice when a team tires. You can notice when a team tires out as well, because like when we come against 10 men as well. Yeah, they made it relatively easy for us to play with 10 men, and that was because of them tiring as well. You could tell it as well. They were sort of there for the taking. Yeah, if we'd have still had 11 men on the pitch, I'd have been very confident we would have got a draw. Been able to grasp a little draw out of that game, mate, because it might just. Because they literally look like they tired for about the 65th to 70th minute. They put inserted a lot of energy into that first like 3/4 of the game, and it might just be like the English tempo, like the English league tempo as well. Like we can seem to like grow into games more into the last 20-25 minutes with a lot of these like teams from like other European leagues. They seem to like tire a bit more in the last like 15-20 because our standard levels. But like, I feel like. Definitely, they made that easier for us, like in the last 20-25 minutes to play with 10 men. And I feel like, because I thought when it got to 10 men, I thought, well, this could be a peak score, man. I was like, this could be 5 or 6-1, because it was already 3-1. We had 10 men. We were getting carved open at times with 11 men on the pitch. I was like, this is not going to be good. And it seems to be like we seem to have found a bit more of an element when we go down to 10. And it seems to be, I just feel like they tired at the right. They seem to have tired just around the time when we. About like 5 or 10 minutes after we got the sending off, about 5 minutes after we got the sending off. If we didn't get our sending off, mate, we might have got back. We might have been able to find a way to have got back proper back into this game. And got like
I honestly think we would have had a 4-3, brother. We were so close a couple of times. Decky's chance where the net was open.
When Solanke was put through, and like instead of being direct and keep going straight,
he
cut back across. He cut back onto himself. He turned. And that allowed them to get more set, and you end up losing the ball. And I thought, like, why don't you just drive on and hit one? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Can do no worse than Werner.
Decky literally having an open goal to smack the ball at, and he hits it wide. I mean, the goalkeeper was so far out of his box. All he had to do was a simple
chip lob.
Bummer. Would have made me a bunch of money too, Decky. Thanks, I appreciate it. I know that's definitely not the reason to follow sports or to care, but you know it helps.
But Donald Trump, Donald Trump won money in the election, man. Big up.
Hey man,
I had a combined triple on William Hill. I had Mbappe and Haaland to get over one shot on target. They both got spanked in the match 4-1 and 3-1. I don't even care about the scoreline. And I had Donald Trump to win the election.
I didn't know you could. I honestly didn't know you could gamble on that, man.
Yeah, I don't know William Hill. Like, it's a combined triple. It was like it was pretty mad. It was just to make the election fun to watch. I was like, I'm just going to make it fun to watch it. I've got money on it, and that really wants someone to win it. I was like, fuck it. I don't know anything about it. So I was like, yeah, big up, man. I've heard of Donald Trump there. Because I used to watch wrestling back in the day when I was a little kid. I used to watch wrestling back in the day when I was a little kid, and he had that little his hair match against Vince McMahon back in the day. So like, it's like. And he said some crazy shit, but he is quite funny. But yeah, he won me 76 quid, so I was pretty happy. I was like, fair play, man.
Money's money, bro.
I was literally just trying to find out how many shots on target Mbappe and Haaland had in the match. They didn't even have to score a goal. I was like, I don't care about them scoring. I just care about having shots on target, innit? Haaland missed the penalty. He hit it over the bar. I was like, bloody hell, man. If you're going to miss the penalty, at least get it on target. That's for my bet, innit? But he's still got 2 shots on target, so it was all good.
Wait, Holland missed a penalty and didn't even put it on frame?
Yeah, he missed the penalty against Water Lisbon, didn't he? Did he hit it over the bar? I think he skied over. We did sky over the bar, but I think he hit it over the bar.
Damn.
Yeah,
I
I
wasn't
think it'll be
aware.
4-1, didn't it? No, Gyökeres scored a hat trick.
Damn, bro.
Who I have to sort of hold my hands up here about a year ago said I don't think he's I think I have to see him prove himself a bit more here.
You're like he doesn't.
Oh,
he won't do it in the Premier League. Not him. Not
yeah, I
him.
did say that. I said that as well. I went and said it because I was like, oh, he's gone to the champion. I respect to the championship. I said he's gone to the championship commentary, yeah, and he's gone straight to Portugal. He's banging goals in Portugal, yeah, and no disrespect, even Jackson Martinez scored in Portugal, yeah, and then flopped when he left Portugal and went to Atletico Madrid. But Gyökeres has scored hat-tricks against Man City in the Champions League, yeah. He looks like a really good player. He looks like Destin's going to go to Man United. He's going to fall out mirror to Man United, trust. Man United, they're going to get that Gyökeres, man, next summer.
Wait, Man United are gonna what?
They're going to get that Gyökeres next summer. Man United will get him.
Oh, I bet.
Rockets, yeah, for Sporting, yeah.
Yeah. Everyone pronounces his name different, so I'm never sure who everyone.
I don't know how to pronounce it. I pronounced it some stupid way anyway. I'm not really great with my pronunciations, mate. I used to have speech problems when I was 6. I used to have a speech problem when I was 6. That's my excuse, isn't it?
Oh well, shit. That's a good excuse.
It.
Your speech sounds good now, brother. So you're all good.
Yeah, I was half deaf. I was half deaf till I was 6, so I had to go speech therapy till I was 6 years old.
Damn, son. Well, I'm glad you're all better, man. That's good stuff. Life's cool.
Good,
how it turns out, you know.
I did talk till I was 6. So I'm making up for it now, innit?
You're definitely you're always a vocal member of the community.
Yeah, big up.
Yeah, we love that.
Big up. Or as Josie would say, small down.
Small down for sure.
Cheers, Chris.
Yeah, look at this. Chris Peters has Adrian and Ian met the Spurs diehard CTID link right there for everybody who would like to join.
He's got Ben Colton's link as well.
Does he really? Let me scroll down a bit. Drula says, asking for your favors now, Ryan. Hold on. Sorry, let me go a bit. Oh, real quick. Sorry. So this is Jamie. He says, hey, guys, just tuned in. I hope to be with you soon. I'm going to try to sleep. Show Colin some love. Please like and subscribe. And I want, and honestly, I'm really not trying.
Yeah, I want to say this.
But this is a picture of Jamie and his mama, and Jamie's mom passed away like less than what time is it there? Anyway, probably about 24 hours ago. And so if everybody could please keep give a warm thought to Jamie and his mom. She had an infection. She went to the hospital for pneumonia. Had an infection. Beat it, got another infection, beat it, got a third infection, and couldn't fight that one off. And so everybody, please just keep Jamie in your thoughts. He really is a great guy. I'm sure you know from watching the show, but he's a good dude. And losing a parent is always hard. So big up Jamie, man. I'm glad that you're here. Hope you're having a good thanks, buddy.
Big up Jamie. Yeah, one sec. Big up Jamie. All love, man. Like, if you ever need a message or anything, like I'm in the WhatsApp. You got my number. Can't really ask me my number in the WhatsApp group. Just have a message at any time, man. Like, horrible news, man. It's destroying, man. It's gut wrenching, man. Like, literally, like you said, man. Like, I've not ever experienced that. So I can't really. All I can do is just pass on my well wishes to him, man, and his family, man. That's horrible to hear, man. Like, big up Jamie, man. Like, and I'll pass on all my well wishes to the rest of your family, man.
You're a good dude. Jamie's a great guy, and he's the biggest brother, and so he feels like he's got to take it all and be tough. But Jamie, we're all here for you, man. So yeah, sorry to bring everybody. I don't want to bring anything down, but I also want to be respectful and show respect to Jamie's mom. So so there we are. And like I said, everybody, we all lose our parents someday. It's terrible. I lost my dad about 2 years ago. Life's weird. Life's really weird. But basically, just take care of each other. And, Adrian will
appreciate life. Appreciate life. So I say as well, like,
definitely, and take care of each other. You know, you've got to help out. You know, the people you care about. Adrian's been around the block. He knows that. Just be good people.
You've seen us win trophies. You see us win trophies. I just want to see some of them eventually one day, mate. That's what I want to see before. Like, I want to see some trophies.
Yeah.
Like, am I going to see a league title? We have to see a league title in our lifetime. I'm not 100% sure, but I'll be happy to see some cup wins and maybe a UEFA Cup win as well. I really want to win the UEFA Cup because I have to hear about my mum and my uncle talking about the '84 win all the time. Yeah, I want to lie for it, so it really pees me off. Because my mum was young. She was 14.
I've seen this win it twice.
She was 14. Yeah, she was 14. My uncle was 16. And also, I want to win the FA. I want to win the FA Cup as well because obviously we won it in '91. I was only 10 months old when we won it, so I can't really remember that.
I was born in December, so we were like we're almost in that year. That we're almost the same age. I'm 2 months older than you, Dan.
Same age. I'm 34.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, so was it?
I'm only 33 until December.
I'm born in 1990.
Oh shit! Okay, I'm barely. Yeah. I'm December 1991. So yeah,
I was born in 1955.
55, you old man. No, I'm just kidding.
I would have been about 10 months. I would have been about 10 months old when Spurs won the '91 FA Cup. But like I was saying, man, my mum and uncle were both at the '81 and '82 FA Cup finals when the City won in the QPR finals. Both of them. They're all from Tottenham, my family. I'm the only one born in Milton Keynes, so they've got all these memories of Tottenham when they were great, like when they won trophies. And I'm the only one in my family who hasn't got really these memories.
Oh
man.
wait, don't tell me you're an MK Dons fan.
Nah, I just support him. I'm from Milton Keynes, but I don't support Dons, man. They're embarrassing, bro. Get them out of Milton Keynes. They're shy at me. I don't care. Do you know I give a crap about them, bro? I'm Spurs, mate. I'm Spurs, yeah, and I've always had a soft spot for Rangers as well. They're the only two teams I give a crap about. And unfortunately,
I hate MK Dons.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I have to support England because I'm bloody from England, even though they're pants every bloody major tournament. But unfortunately, I just have to go through the grail of supporting bloody England. So unfortunately,
we're going to enter a golden period of winning trophies, right?
Oh, wait.
Just be glad you're American.
I would take literally. Like, what trophy do you want? If you're going to realistically know, what trophy would you want the most? Spurs fans will take any trophy, yeah. But what trophy do you want?
Bro.
I want more than one trophy this year. I want more than one. I'm greedy, but I want the Europa League.
I want the FA Cup as well. Only three that I want. I've seen us win two League Cups in my lifetime, yeah. So I wouldn't mind seeing us win another League Cup, yeah. I want to see us win the UEFA Cup. I want the Premier League. That'd be the ultimate one.
Honestly, just winning the Carabao Cup and Europa League this season.
Yeah.
And then build on that.
You know why the Premier League one would be the best in a way though? Because it would proper show like a consecutive whole season of us being a really good football team, and it would be like the cup would be proper like.
But I think it's coming.
Rival fans could make an excuse for us winning that trophy if you won a Premier League, yeah, because after a 38-game season, yeah, if you consecutively done it, you deserve to be league champions, yeah, in a cup competition, yeah. Same thing go your way in a final, yeah, or you strike a bit of luck, yeah, and you win a cup, yeah. That's happened with a lot of teams in cup finals, yeah.
It would be nice. It would be nice to score a goal in the final because in the last three finals, we didn't even score a goal. We didn't even score a goal in the last three.
Is our last goal on a final Woodgate? Is our last goal on a final? Did Jonathan Woodgate was it?
Probably.
Jonathan Woodgate. Wow.
Yeah, because obviously I'm thinking we didn't score against Man United when we drew 0-0 and we lost on penalties. Or Champions League final. We didn't score in that. No, yeah, we didn't score against City. We didn't score against City. We lost that. We lost that final against Pochettino against Mourinho. We lost 2-0. So that's 4 finals in a row we haven't scored. The last time we scored in the cup final was Jonathan Woodgate's winner.
Yeah,
that's the last time we scored in the cup final. That's
2008. 2008 one day Ramos. Yeah.
Yeah, we literally haven't even scored in a cup final since that goal. That's actually mad. Not even a consolation goal or anything like that. You know what I mean? I've never seen that. But,
I just wanted to say the chat has tons of really kind and supportive messages for Jamie, and I just wanted to thank everybody in the chat, everybody that's part of the channel. We really appreciate you guys. I like this little family we've created. I know that stuff has changed around here recently, but I'm really glad that y'all are still here. And thanks for being so nice to us. So just want to say, Jamie, we're here for you, buddy. If you need anything, reach out to any of us on screen, I'm sure, and then anybody in the chat. I truly think any of us, would be there for you. So yeah. Last thing about the game today. Do you think there are any changes that could have been made that could have helped us to turn the tides? Had you been the manager, and also you have hindsight, but you could pretend like you don't. What do you think what would the answer be? What would you have changed at halftime? What would you have done to turn the game to to our tide? Turn the tides to us.
Well, I ain't knocking him for his substitutions either. It was just one of them, and then we even with all that, we got a goal back when we could have been 5-1 down at half time.
Phenomenal goal too. I'll just say. And
we got a goal back, and we give ourselves an outside chance of practically getting a draw or something. So no, I ain't knocking that. I ain't even knocking the starting team. It just didn't work. Just the midfield didn't work. The midfield again. I mean, no ball.
Yeah, and I mean, maybe we just play with a consistent midfield. There are teams like that do that throughout the league and Europe. They'll play some players a lot. I think our midfield can handle it. I really do. And I'll sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, Adrian, but Dan, do you agree that you think? I mean, do you think our midfield, our best midfield three, which I think we could say right now is Kulu, Bentancur, and maybe Sarr? Do you think those three could play most matches, even Europa League?
No.
You don't think so?
No.
Bummer.
You've got to look at the yellow card watch as well. I mean, Kulu's on 3. I think Bentancur's on 4. I think VDV's on 4 when he comes back. I mean, all right, they'll miss a game if they don't get to the halfway point, 19 league games in the season. But you pick up 5 yellow cards in the second half of the season, you get a 2-match ban. So this is why you need the squad. This is why you need the squad for injuries. And we knew in the summer that all the holes in the squad haven't been filled.
Thin. We're thin. We're a thin squad. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
You see today on the bench that we're thin. As soon as you have a few injuries, look how thin that bench looks.
I mean, we've been well exposed. We all know that we need another left back, right? Everyone knows that. We couldn't fill that. We might go for Dorgu, but he's young in the summer or January or something. But we'll see what list of left backs they come up with. Then I'll drag the videos up once they do.
In a situation where Reguilon isn't playing, where Spence isn't in the league. Spencer's injured anyway, but Spence isn't in part of the Europa League squad. How the hell we ended up with a point where we ended up with one left back in this whole competition? We're having to play Archie Gray. No disrespect. I've got bias towards Archie. So I'm defending Archie here. This ain't me criticising Archie. This is me defending him here. And when you look at it, didn't really have much choice to play Archie at left back here, other than maybe to play Ben Davis at left back, or to play a Doji again. If he would have played a Doji again, Doji would have probably maxed out by the Ipswich game. He's played any game when he has been dropped this season to the bench to be rested. He'd have to come on like an early sub anyway. He's played in every single minute of this season, and he looks like he's struggling for form, defensively as well. So he probably needed that rest today, mentally as well and physically. So he probably did have to play Gray there, but the part is the bit where he there should have been more protection for Gray at times in this game today, because there was some parts in the game where he was getting isolated in too many one-on-one situations against Yilmaz. And I told Colin before when I first come on the show, when you look at a person who in the Euros, this might be international football, but in one-on-one situations, caused Virgil van Dijk a lot of problems, in one-on-one situations. Virgil van Dijk might have lost a yard of pace these days, but he's still got a very good defensive IQ. And no disrespect to Archie Gray, he is not as good at defending, as Virgil van Dijk in one-on-one situations. He's not going to be. Never in his career, no disrespect. He's not a centre-back for a start, He's a left-back, right-back, central midfielder. You know what I mean? He's all these different positions. So like one-on-one situations, Yilmaz was causing Virgil van Dijk problems. Yeah, I knew he was going to cause great problems today. Yeah, that was obvious. So like he should have caused a bit more. He should have told one of the midfielders to go over here and protect Gray at times a bit more in that game. To like double up on Yilmaz. There weren't enough doubling up on Yilmaz in this match, which is saying I'm not going to go in on Gray as well. There's another player who's got to go up and double up on Yilmaz as well. To stop that from being a situation where it becomes too many times, where it becomes a one-on-one situation, yeah, where Gray's going against one of Turkey's most up-and-coming, one of Turkey's best players, and one of Galatasaray's best players. So I feel like it's a learning situation for Archie. Like today, like it's his first start at left back, yeah, going up against a real good player. So like he's going to learn from today. He didn't have a strike game. It's just at times in the situation, I feel like he was getting isolated too many times in one-on-one situations with Yilmaz, and Yilmaz was being able to get like easy crosses in too many times. Like great, like it was a pretty off performance by a lot of the players today. Really, when you think about it, man, there weren't like a lot of players who played good.
To fill some holes in the squad, if it's January, and we've done well in the January window in the past, apart from Dan Gilmer, we've got Dele Alli in, we've got Lucas Moura in, we've got Bentancur and Kulusevski in, we've got Porro in. It's a very hard window to do transfer business in. But I'll be looking more interested in English players because, for one, even if you could get rid of, and I don't know what Werner's loan deal what's involved in the details of it, whether we have to keep it for the year. Keep Werner for the year. When you name your next European squad in January after the window, right? Again, we're going to be short because we haven't got the 4 academy trained, unless some of them have actually worked their way up for 3 years to buy them. Because on the B list, you have to be a member of the academy for 2 years to be part of the B list. But to be academy trained, you have to be on there 3. I don't know if any of them will have been at 3 years to help us out come January, or whether you can do that mid-season with your academy trained players or not, to add to 4. Because if we can't increase the numbers on the Europa League squad. That's why we can only do a squad of 23 at the moment. And at the moment, Werner's taken a place that people would like Jed Spence to have, so he can't get in the squad. But if Werner went in January, then you can bring Spence in. But the point is, you've got to know what our injury situation is in January. If Odeberg's fully fit and flying by then you can say, right, we'll ditch Werner for out place for Spence. But then if we're still going in the transfer window, when all the media start going, we're interested in this foreign player, that foreign player, and that. Well, unless they're very good, and you're just going to bring them in and keep them to use them like for the second part of our league season because they won't be able to play in Europe, I'll be looking at British players, English players, because like for January, because I just don't see us bringing in foreign players because we haven't got room for Spence at the moment anyway, right? So we haven't got room for another one. We are topped up with foreign players because we're too short of the academy trained, which means we lose out on 2 foreign players. So I just think it means that if we don't bring an English player in, and if Eze, I'll take Eze, don't get me wrong, I'll take Eze. But if we don't but I don't see Palace, and then you have to take in consideration, well, if teams are challenging for honours or facing relegation, they're not going to get rid of their players. Unless not mid-season. Unless you want a right back, and that team particularly has 3 good right backs, they can afford to offload one. You know what I mean? It's not going to happen, is it? I don't know what your take is.
We know notoriously January's a hard market to really we struck gold a few years back when we got Bentancur Kulu in that last minute on last couple days on transfer. To put out 2 quality players on the same January transfer window is quite rare. It's a very hard market to get the right player. You end up getting sometimes the wrong player in this sort of market because January transfer market becomes the desperate market in my eyes, where you're sort of wanting to save your season as well sometimes. So that teams sort of know that as well. So they either jump you up a bit more extra for cash, or you're not getting a player that you don't really need. So we need to be a bit more careful what sort of players we do go for in January. I know what Spurs do get as well. We definitely need a couple of signs in January. I definitely think we need to get a couple of players in January. I think we need at least 2 players in January.
Well,
Because
And we still got in January. We still got two Europa League games to play. But you rename your squad after this league is finished. Once the transfer window closes, because you have to resubmit your Premier League squad as well. So, you know, so I mean, it is tricky. I mean, like we are light, but we knew in the summer we weren't going to fill all the holes in the squad in the summer. We knew that, right? We knew it was going to take, you know, a few windows, right? And to be fair to Ange, this is why you need time. We know we've been very exposed on the left-hand side, haven't we, of our centre defence, right? And then you could argue like, okay, we need a left back, we need a left centre back. If it's not going to be Vuskovic, Ashley Phillips, or Dorrington come in, unless they come in and can show something before January. And then even in the right back position, I'm yet to be convinced that although Spencer signed a new contract, that Ange fancies him that much. He says all the things in the press conferences, but I'm still not sure. I'm not sure about Spence. So then you're looking at left back, and if it's not going to be Gunter or Austin coming in, we've got to be looking at bringing in a second goalkeeper as well, another goalkeeper. And usually you can get an experienced goalkeeper's backup. And if they're like, well, I mean, Forster's 36, 37, I think, so, or 35, 36, something like that. So normally you can get a backup goalkeeper and that don't mind coming and sitting on a bench like Forster has, like, you know, because he knows he's in the twilight of his career, so he's not fussed. So we're looking at left back, left centre back, goalkeeper. I don't think we'll go for any midfielders unless we get that Johnny Cardoso got a deal on that we can take. Because
in the summer,
right? We've got the buy.
Because like, yeah, because we've got 7 midfielders.
Yeah, Ralph Pettis are pretty worried. Apparently, Spurs are going to activate that in the summer. They reckon it's going around a lot. That's what I heard apparently, like last week as well. But there's in a hierarchy around Pettis, they're pretty confident that Spurs are going to activate that, because I think it's 30 million, 25, 30 million or something like that.
Yeah,
so we can activate that from up till now till next summer.
Pretty good.
And then apparently he's been putting in some pretty decent performances for Betis in the Spanish league this season. And they're getting quietly worried that Spurs are going to activate it next summer. Not January, but apparently next summer. So like that might happen next summer. But we definitely have to get another left. We definitely have to get another left back.
And I don't think. I think Richarlison stays to the summer minimum. He stays because you've got him and Solanke. You still got Lancashire. It's just a question of like if Odegaard's fit or not. Because otherwise Werner will get. But on the left you got Mikey Moore, Son, and that. So we may. I mind you, we got Yang-Min Hook coming in. So in January, so we might be sorted on the right. I mean, we really should. I mean, our main real big problem.
Can he play on the left and the right? Can he play on both sides? Can he play on both sides? That Yang-Min Hook?
Most wingers can play on both sides.
Yeah. He's been all this time on his now. He's left side.
Play on both sides.
He's left-footed, but he plays mostly on the right.
His favourite side is right side, obviously.
Yeah, because it's the fashion nowadays with wingers.
But he can play on the left too,
yeah. It's the fashion, so as they can cut in. It's all about closing this, moving into the close. Create short distances between you and your forwards and create chances. So that's why they'll sort of play.
I'm just looking more at his versatility, because he's probably coming in someone who can cover them both sides. If he can play both sides, then he might be able to play on the left or the right line.
What I like about him, and I like that Scott Olsen, who was in Belgium, then he went to a French team, he didn't do so well, went back to Belgium again, he's banging goals. I want wingers who score goals. Yang-Min Hook, he scores goals, and he scores bangers as well from outside the box. That's what I want. We want goal-scoring forwards, not Werner, who can't score to save his life. You know, you're on mute.
Yeah, Werner. Scott Olsen's a brute, isn't he?
I was just saying, the scoring from distance is what makes me happy with him. We need more players that could score from distance. We don't have players that even test from distance, except for Poro and sometimes Sarr. But fellas, I'm sorry to do this. Only an hour and a half in, but I'm gonna have to probably end the show here pretty soon.
I'm not working more anyway.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and I'm just getting tired and don't feel super well today. But you guys, I just wanted to come and talk about the win. Thank you boys both for joining me.
Yeah, just so Jose's got his show tomorrow, guys. His prediction show.
I'll be there. I'll be
Probably
there
4
helping
o'clock.
out.
It's usually 4 o'clock unless something happens, and if it is, it's only half hour late. And then at 8 o'clock tomorrow, 8 o'clock tomorrow,
be there
I
tomorrow.
shall be doing a show. We shall be dissecting this game and doing a preview of Spurs Ipswich on Sunday. So
Hell yeah.
everyone's
You can't beat it,
welcome.
you guys. And
Everyone's
everybody, Chris had put their link in the chat. Let me find that real quick. 1 second here. Oh, keep talking. And then Dan, what's your last words on today, buddy? What do you think? What's your verdict, man?
Last words about the today. Well, disappointed that we lost today. You don't want to lose any football match. No one wants to lose any football match for your team, but it's not the end of the world, really, is it? Like if you were sitting in a Champions League group now and you had 9 points after 4 games in your Champions League group, you'd still be in all right. Obviously, you'd only have 2 games left, but you'd still be in a real good possibility to still get through your group. We've still got 4 games left, only needing 2 more wins to get through. We've still got a poor team. I don't expect we've got Ellsborg and Rangers. Like we've got enough know-how to still get through this league standards pretty easily. Like the Ipswich game on Sunday, if we play bad on Sunday, then maybe panic station can start being a bit more realistic because obviously Ipswich haven't won a game this season, but I ain't taking too much away from losing 3-2. Performance weren't great, but I'm not taking too much from losing a one-off game away in Istanbul against Galatasaray.
Well, you know, Ipswich are not going to go toe to toe with us. That's for sure. They're going to low block it.
I'm not going to lie though. I'm not going to lie. They are quite naive though in the Premier. I think they're too naive for the Premier League, man. I think them and Southampton are very naive in this Premier League. But I feel Leicester, even though Leicester are still struggling a little bit, Leicester seem to have a bit more know-how, yeah, of being able to just grind out points in this league. Where you see Ipswich the other day, I think they scored like 92nd minute against Brighton, and they still end up losing the game. They equalised and they end up conceding like 95th, 96th minute. Sometimes they can't even grind out the points. They're a bit too naive for this league division, I reckon, man. That's no disrespect to them. I just feel like they're a bit too open at times. They're in Southampton, man.
Yeah, no, I see it. They're a talented team going forward, though. You can't deny that. And that's kind of been their ethos forever. But no, I
feel they play into our advantages. Ipswich, though. They play into our advantages. Ipswich. I feel like
they will push forward, which will make it easier for us. Yeah, I totally agree. Totally agree with that. But yeah, man. We'll definitely do another show before the match. And probably dissecting. But yeah, again, sorry guys for having to go, but I appreciate y'all both very, very much. Dan, thank you. Adrian, thank you. Adrian's link is right here. Dan doesn't have a channel yet, but he will soon. He will soon, everybody. And yeah, there's where you can catch Adrian, Spurs diehard CTID, and then Dan, can be found here, or maybe on Adrian sometimes, or Dan's always around. So.
Yeah, Dan's welcome to come on. Have we got your details, Dan? I suppose we need them.
I can help facilitate that.
Yeah, Colin can send it to you, mate. I think I'm on your WhatsApp group anyway, I think.
Yeah, I can get you on there then. If you're on there.
You can get me on there.
Right.
Yeah, man.
Awesome. Well, hey, I just wanted to also thank everybody that was in the chat today. We had a really wild, wonderful chat. That's always good to have. And then also, everyone, please, seriously, please don't forget to think and give a positive thought to Jamie for him and his mama. Appreciate them. Love you, Jamie. Appreciate you, bro. And yeah, that is, I think, today's show. It's hot and loose, but we move. Things could be much worse. It's not so bad. And yeah, we just move on from here.
Come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs. All right. Well, hey. See you, buddy. I'm going to play some really long outro music so you don't have to wait. I'll talk to you soon, though, man.
Yeah, big up, mate. See you later, mate. Yeah.
See you, buddy. Bye.
My team's got James Madison. James Madison is what we need. Whoa, thank God we got James Madison. This kid plays ball like you would never believe. Whoa.